Hello everyone, my name is Finley and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a cold and dark startup tutorial for the Gulfstream G550 by AKD. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so welcome to the flight deck of the Gulfstream G550. You can see we have four main displays here, and we'll go ahead and get started with the cold and dark tutorial. So what we're going to want to do here is find our main batteries here located just to the right of the HUD. So we'll click on left and right. Now I'll come up and we can either start the APU or do ground power. You can access ground power through the ground page and then clicking connect AC GPU, but we're going to do the APU start today. So we'll come up and we'll turn on the master, and then we're going to wait for this panel just below the start to say ready, and that is going to show us that the APU door is ready and the APU is ready to start. Alright, so there it says ready. We'll just click the start button, and there it goes. We can see the EGT on the left and the APU RPM on the right. We're going to wait for 100% on the RPM, and then we'll turn on generator. Alright, so there's 100%. We'll come over here and click the APU. There we go. We can see it's on. You can start to hear the systems come to life. Next thing, we'll come up here to our display system control and turn them all to normal. And now all of our displays are on. We'll next come down here and turn on the IRS. So we'll uncover and turn on 1, 2, and 3 and recover them. Next, we will come up to our controller up here. We'll click nav and then we'll set it to FMS 1 on both sides. We'll go back to the PFD. I am flying in America, so if you're wondering how you change the altimeter settings from hectopascals to inches of mercury, just come up to your PFD, ADI, and then you can change it to inches. PFD, ADI, and then you can change it to inches. This is also how you change it from the split queue to the integrated queue. Alright, while the IRSs are aligning, we can continue the rest of our startup procedure. So we can go here to the masters. We can turn on cabin, galley, camera, satcom, phone, basically all these to make sure that this panel is totally out. We can turn on our power transfer units and auxiliary pumps, and we'll go ahead and pressurize the brakes. So we'll just turn that pump on, and we're looking for our brake pressure. Right here we can see that our auxiliary pressure is coming up. Once it's pressurized, we'll go ahead and shut it off. We'll turn on our nav lights. We can come over here and turn on our left fuel main pump that feeds the APU, and that pretty much does it. We'll also remember to turn on our APU bleed isolation and pack valves, and now we'll just wait for the IRSs to align. Okay, now that our IRSs are aligned, we can begin with the startup process. I'm skipping programming the FMC today. It's just the default FMC. If you want to see how to program that, you can check out the video on the top right now. And let's get on to the starting. So, to start the airplane, we're going to turn on all of our boost pumps. We're going to shut off the packs. We're going to turn on the beacon. And we're going to turn on this master start. So, to start the airplane, we're going to uncover the start right master. And we'll make sure that our packs are off. And we'll disengage that. We'll see the engine start to turn over. And we're going to wait for the ignition to show up next to the fuel flow here. There it goes, and we'll put the fuel control right to run. Just wait for the engine to come up and stabilize. Alright, there we can hear the click of the starter disengaging. Alright, now we'll do the same thing for left engine. Again, to run. Alright, now that that's coming up, we can continue on with our after start checklist. We can turn all of our anti-ice systems to auto. We can turn on our AOA probes, window heats. Alright, now that both engines are started and they're all stable, we can turn off the start master, and our left and right gens are on, so we can turn off the APU generator. And then to stop the APU, all you have to do is just hit the stop button on the far right, and then you can see the EGT starts to spool down. Because we've been running the APU bleed, it takes an extra second to start spooling down. In the meantime, we can turn off our APU bleed, open the isolation valve, turn on the packs, unguard the left and right engine bleeds, and cover them. As the APU starts to shut down, we can continue down here. Make sure, obviously if I was doing a real flight, I would make sure that I have the altitude set and that I'm selected to the takeoff by pressing the toggle button. That's all there. And then for the perf, it's super easy. All you have to do is come into the tablet, hit the performance, and then read data from sim, and then it auto-populates everything. You have your V-speeds here, required runway, and what your required stab trim is, which you can set here. Alright, and then one last thing is that I've heard a lot of people complaining that for some reason their yokes aren't able to move and they aren't able to move the throttles. And the simple solution to that is here. It's the gust lock. So simply just push this red lever forward and there your throttles are unlocked and your yoke is free to move. One more thing I'll adjust real quick is this controller. I'm a Boeing guy and I have never flown a Gulfstream before, so this did take me a while to get used to. So if you want to change your schematic here, all you have to do is hit PFD and then you can change it from 2/3 to full. Like I said, also you can go to ADI to change the type of flight director. More importantly, you can go to this, we'll switch it back to 2/3 there. We can go to this 1/6 and 2/3 displays. So for example, in the top left we have our flight controls right now. Let's say we wanted to see our electric environment control system and pressurization. You can change it there. Flight controls, engine start pages, really you can customize it to anything you want. And then similarly we can also change what's down here, and then also we can change, this is display unit 1, this is display unit 2, display unit 3, and display unit 4 from left to right. And so we can go DU2 lower, and then we can change that again to, you know, your TCAS page, primary engine, secondary engine, checklists, CAS, waypoint list, which I don't have a flight plan in right now, but if you had your flight plan in, which is what I personally like to do, I like to have the waypoint list over here, which also shows me all my crossing restrictions. Alright, just like that, we are done starting up the Gulfstream G550 by AKD simulations. This is a great model, and I really like it. I'll leave a link down below for you to buy it. If you have any questions on how to start this magnificent airplane, just leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for sticking around through the whole video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.